Softbank's chip company ARM files for the year's biggest IPO, and S&P downgrades credit ratings for U.S. banks. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Faraj. ARM, a computer chip company and unit of Japan's Softbank, has filed for a public stock listing on the NASDAQ in what would be the year's biggest IPO. The number of shares and the price range have yet to be determined. ARM says it will be central to AI transition. It's working with companies like Alphabet, Cruise, Mercedes-Benz, Meta, and NVIDIA to deploy its technology to run AI workloads. Analysts say ARM could hold a market valuation of at least $60 billion. S&P Global has downgraded credit ratings and revised its outlook for several U.S. banks following a similar move by Moody's. It downgraded the ratings of Associated Bank Corp and Valley National Bank Corp on funding risks and a higher reliance on broker deposits. It also downgraded UMB Financial Corp, Comerica Bank, and Key Corp, citing large deposit outflows and prevailing higher interest rates. S&P says a sharp rise in rates is weighing on many U.S. banks' funding and liquidity. Axiom Space has raised $350 million in a Series C funding round led by Saudi's Al Jazeera Capital and South Korean healthcare firm Boryung. The U.S. space company is building a private space station in line with NASA's plans to replace the International Space Station. Axiom's total funds raised have exceeded $505 million as the company achieved over $2.2 billion in customer contracts. The latest round makes Axiom the second most funded space company this year, only behind Elon Musk's SpaceX. Dubai International has reached a major milestone in its pandemic recovery, with passenger traffic for the first half of the year surpassing 2019 levels. The world's busiest international hub welcomed 41.6 million travelers in the first half, just over 100% of the traffic in the same period of 2019. May was the busiest month during Q2 with 6.9 million guests. Top destinations included India, Saudi, and the UK. DXB welcomed nearly 202,000 flights in the first half, up 30.2% year on year. The heads of Brazil, China, India, and Russia's top diplomats will gather today at the BRICS conference in South Africa. President Putin, who was sought by the International Criminal Court, will not attend. On the agenda will be the possible future expansion of BRICS membership. Several African countries have expressed a desire to join the bloc, including Algeria, Egypt, and Ethiopia. BRICS is a loosely defined group that sees itself as a counterweight to Western economic domination. Nestle has once again been named as the world's most valuable food brand, with a value of $22.4 billion. That's according to the Brand Finance Food 100 report. Nestle's brand value has steadily increased this year due to strong sales growth across its extensive and varied brand portfolio. Chinese dairy brand Yili is the second most valuable food brand, valued at $12.4 billion. Hershey holds on to title as the world's strongest food brand with a AAA+ rating. AI is more likely to augment jobs than to destroy them, according to a UN International Labour Organization study. The ILO study reveals most jobs are likely to be complemented rather than substituted by the latest wave of generative AI, such as ChatGPT. The study warns that women are more likely than men to see their jobs affected. Clerical work has the greatest technological exposure. In other occupational groups, including managers and technicians, only a small share of tasks are highly exposed. And Japan will begin releasing cooling water from the Fukushima power plant on Thursday, 12 years after one of the world's worst nuclear disasters. It comes despite opposition from fishermen and protests by China, which has already banned food shipments from several Japanese prefectures. Japan insists the release into the sea of 500 Olympic swimming pools worth of water is safe. The UN Atomic Energy Agency agrees. The water has been treated to remove most radioactive substances. I'm Ramia Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.